me this. Is their first place standing due to good play or good luck?
Oh, please, lucky asses. Make me, highway robbery. You got to be kidding me, man. I can't believe you give up a touchdown, all right, and they call about, he was ineligible. He didn't notify the officials, where the camera clearly shows them notifying the officials. It definitely was luck, and it's a combination of that, along with their weak schedule, beating a bunch of last-place teams for most of the season, along with the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles somehow have nosedived, which Shannon Sharp has been warning America about for the last 2 months. Who would have thought that the Philadelphia Eagles, who started off the season 10-1, would lose 4 of their last 5 games? Who saw that coming? Who would have seen the Eagles losing a 21-6 lead and ultimately falling to the Arizona Cardinals, for crying out loud? I almost felt like, damn, the coach was trying to get one of his former assistant coaches a better, give him a victory, for crying out loud. I'm just disgusted with what happened. Dallas with their lucky selves or what have you. But it was appropriate because Jimmy Johnson was inducted into the Ring of Honor finally, and maybe that's something that's going to contribute to this curse being lifted, where they'll finally get to a conference. Good karma. It's the first time I felt that the Dallas Cowboys got good karma coming their way in the last 28 years. That's just how I feel about it. Lucky them. But luck is definitely a significant part of the equation. I don't want to hear what anybody says. Their schedule, the teams they beat, and then this call when you lose the game and it's given to you, and now you end the season with a gimme, which is the Washington, not the Commodores with Lionel Richie, not the Commodores, the Washington Commanders. That's how you ended your season. My Lord, how lucky can you be? Please.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. That's about, you know what? That's fine. Let them talk about luck. That's all well and good. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Listen, this is most likely, we're a 13-point favorite against the Washington left-hand up Commanders. How do I sound, everybody? Do I sound okay? Because I'm using a different setup. Just let me know if my sound is normal. If not, I'll switch it back. But just let me know if my sound is good. But yeah, we're playing the Commanders. We're a 13-point favorite. What's up, Jamie Garcia? Let the haters hate. Go Cowboys. You're doing well this afternoon. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I got a viewing tonight, and then my father-in-law's funeral actually tomorrow. So it sucks. All right, there is an echo. All right, stay tuned. Yeah, I don't know why when I use that setup. It does that. Yeah, so hopefully it's better. I was trying to do something else to where I could put the stuff off to the side and be able to. I'm still working out some things, but hopefully I sound better. Do I sound better? Let me see something. What's up, Kiana? How are you? So, yeah, we're bringing in Lyle. Brooklyn Joe, I don't know if he... Okay, yeah. So, something's going on with that setup over there. I got to work on that. I got to get my buddy Space Cowboy over here. What's up, Coyote? Yeah, man, I just wanted to come on. I know you guys missed me doing my lunchtime chat. Thanks, Kiana. So, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do it now. I'm going to try and do it today. I'll do one maybe later tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be Wednesday. Probably be late, maybe early in the morning or later after the funeral. The funeral won't be long tomorrow. So, I'm not into funerals. I'm just not. But what's up, Ward family? How are you? Vinny Hagen's in the house. Jamie Garcia, Kiana Gibson, Troy Hagan. What's up, Troy? Brad Harris, of course. Crystal Carmel Corn, Devil Dog 71. What's up, my man? Let's see. I know I saw Michael down earlier. Yeah, Brooklyn Joe. They're bringing in Lyle Collins and and Damian Wilson. So I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that. Oh, you like the hat? There you go, baby. I've had this one for a while. I'm surprised that they haven't reached out to Damian Wilson prior. Now, they're bringing him in. The idea with Lyle is to bring him in and get him in shape. I don't know the rules regarding that, so we shall see. But Damian Wilson can't hurt. I would believe that you're allowed to sign anybody. So that's what I think. Again, I literally just, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, it sucks. Hey, B Fatty, don't start your shit already, please. All right, man. Don't be weird, because you'll be out quick. All right? Thank you. But yeah, so it is what it is. So I wanted to talk to you guys about number one, the playoff scenarios. Just looking at the playoff picture. Okay. As of right now, we are the 2 seed. All right. Niners get the bye. As of right now, we're going to play the Packers, which I would be fine with. The Rams would have to go to the Lions, which I think the Rams can win that game. And the Eagles would have to go to the Buccaneers as of right now. In the AFC, you're looking at, you know what, let me show you, and then I'll talk. But my voice, let me know if there's an echo again. Now I'm talking now. I bet you there's an echo, isn't there? Yeah, you got the Colts at the Dolphins. Let me know if there's an echo, peeps. Bills at the Chiefs. Browns at the Jags. So here's the deal. This is the first time ever that the Chiefs won't be at home. The Chiefs have always had. All right. So obviously there's something going on when I use that. So all right, cool. But anyway, I always bring that over to here, but I have to work on that. But yeah, so Ravens get the bye. As of now, the Colts are at the Dolphins. The Bills are at the Chiefs, which I think the Bills win that game, and the Browns are at the Jaguars. It's crazy that the Jags are still in. It's crazy to me. But the Jags are in. Now, looking at the scenarios here. Miami can clinch the AFC East Division title with win or tie. Yeah, well, that's over. Jacksonville can clinch with AFC Division titles with Jacksonville win, Jacksonville tie. Yeah, so Jacksonville controls their own destiny. Buffalo can clinch the East with a win. All Buffalo has to do is win. So, looking at the schedule this week. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? How are you? Schedule this week. We got Saturday games, January 6th, Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Baltimore's wrapped everything up. So there's really nothing that Baltimore is going to do. Lamar Jackson's not going to play. So kind of an ugly game to have it showcased on Saturday. Houston at Indianapolis. I guess there's a little bit there, right? Houston wins, they're in. Will the East Side Herald's Houston... What's up, Stephen Brown? I think they might choke at Indy. I like Indy at home there, but who knows? But then on Sunday, some of the marquee games. New Orleans is in a pickle here. New Orleans needs a win and needs help. What's up, EJB? How are you? So, New Orleans needs help. So I think New Orleans beats Atlanta there at 1 o'clock. Yeah, Cleveland and Cincinnati, not much really going on there. Jacksonville at Tennessee, interesting. Minnesota at Detroit. I expect Detroit to roll there. Just rolling down. Tampa at Carolina. Like Tampa controls their own. Yeah, Vinny, because they're gonna sit everybody. Tampa controls their own destiny. If they win the division. So they play at Carolina. I think Tampa will roll in Carolina. I would think. Yeah, Chicago at Green Bay, that's an interesting one because Green Bay is not guaranteed a playoff spot. Yeah, as of right now, they're in. But I ask you guys, assuming that Dallas gets the job done, which I fully expect Dallas to go into Washington and get the W, I expect us to roll. Who do you want to play in the first round? No, absolutely not. No resting players, Kiana. Absolutely not. Sorry, I stepped out for a few minutes, get my work schedule today. Michael Dana, I got you, my man. What's up, Sledhead? Bears at Packers. That's going to be good, I'm telling you. Bears could upset them. What's up, Coles Cowboys? If I would have known you would have been around, buddy, I would have sent you a link. We could talk to. Haven't done much lately. What's up, Matt Batten? How you doing, my man? Everything okay with you, Matt? So, yeah, Green Bay is not guaranteed a spot. So let me ask you. I'm not. No, I am not. It's a 4:25. If it was a 1 o'clock game, I was going. 4:25. I'm 3 hours away from Washington. I'm back to work that next morning. So I'll be streaming here. I don't know if I'm streaming at 1 o'clock, but I might just stream. I may just roll from 1 o'clock on. Okay. Well, I always say we need to get together, Coles. I was looking at some of your stuff. You haven't posted much lately, man. So we need to get you up and going. But you're probably working a lot. I know. I hear you. What's up, Ruben Walls? How are you? So I ask you, who would you rather play? Would you rather host Green Bay, host New Orleans? Well, New Orleans, let me see. Right now, but I'm trying to see standings. Let me see NFC standings. Okay. Right now, Seattle's on the outside looking in. So if Green Bay loses, then you got Seattle and then New Orleans. Or if they win, they would, So there's really it's interesting. All the spots are taken except the NFC South. Right now, Tampa Bay is leading. But if Tampa Bay loses, then if Tampa Bay loses, then that opens the door for New Orleans. But New Orleans would have to win, and Tampa Bay would have to lose. So I don't really see that happening. Rams are locked. Believe it or not, the Rams have locked in a playoff spot. So the only two spots are a division winner in the South and the wild card, which is a Green Bay, Seattle, or New Orleans, all tied at 8-8. Green Bay has the inside step. So who would you like to see? Yeah, definitely, Coles. So who would you guys like to see if you had to pick? I don't really worried about that type of stuff, but I'd kind of like to see. Really don't matter to me, honestly. Like Green Bay, I'd like to see Green Bay or New Orleans. I think I would like to see. Thanks, Matt. I think I would like to see Seattle the least. Packers at Big D. Packers match up well with the boys. Yeah, it's Sledhead. Again, everybody wants to say we're lucky. Assuming we win Sunday, and I can go back. My original forecast for our season was, and it's pretty. I'll have to look my prediction before my original prediction. I did revisit it and say 13, but my original prediction was 12 wins for the Cowboys, winning the division, Eagles with 11. So the Eagles would have to lose at the Giants, which I think they can lose at the Giants. Eagles, it's just amazing to me. I think the Eagles, like the passion that the town brings for the team when they're winning, can also become a really, really problem. Don't worry about it, D-Daddy. How's that? There there you go. Now shut your mouth and know your role. Um, Does my sound better now? Like, do I still sound bad? Dallas Cowboys win by 14 points on Sunday. I hope so, Matt. I'd like to be able to rest some guys in the second half is what I would like to do. Dallas Cowboys 24, Washington Commanders 10. My score prediction. Yeah, Matt, I have to get a feel. I think I'm good, right, Brad? Okay. Like I said, I got to fix that monitor and how that works and all that. So, I'm not the best with that. Thank you, people. You know, as Mark Holmes likes to say, broke ass media. Um, yeah, I'm not in any kind of mood. You know, again, I don't like funerals, so I don't like burying people I love. So, but anyway, um, yeah. So I really don't care who we play. I just think it's everybody talking about luck and all that BS. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous because we need a little luck. You know, I got news for you. Jimmy Johnson, I don't know about you people. It just it's a weight lifted. And it has nothing to do with me or you, right? It has nothing to do with us, but it's a weight lifted. It was like something that should have happened. It was like Jerry finally said, you know what? I couldn't have done this without Jimmy. That's the bottom line. Because I don't know that Jimmy could have done it without Jerry either. But the bottom line is he couldn't have done it without Jimmy. And that's all he has to say. Sometimes less is more when you talk about these things. You know, you don't have to. Sometimes Jerry talks too much. He loves to hear himself talk. And I don't blame Jerry. He's basically been the face of the franchise since Jimmy left, which is what Jerry's always wanted. Jerry wanted to make money, Atlanta Walker, and he wanted to be the face like the football mind. This whole GM thing, whatever. We all know what's going on. It's a collective thing. What's up, Brian SoCal? What's going on, man? Game time. I was at the game, and it was amazing. Yeah, Mr. Cowboy, there was a lot of people. My buddy Space Cowboy was there. Mike Tagg was there. I saw Jay Tuck was there. I mean, everybody was there. You know, I was telling Mark, I said, man, we could go to a playoff game, but I got so much stuff going on that that's not going to happen. So that's fine. It is what it is. I'm all scheduled to go to the draft. Well, I got to make my reservations, but I want to go to the draft in April, and I'm looking at training camp, whether I'm going to California or to Dallas or from California to Dallas. It's possible, too. I don't know. I'll probably end up going to Dallas, though, like following the team back from training camp to Dallas. Maybe they take it at a preseason game, do some live streams from the Star outside there. That would be cool. So, yes, I believe over 100K at the game. Mr. Cowboy, it sounds like, man, finally, for the first time since ever at AT&T, we got a real home field advantage. What's that, 16 in a row? They should never allow people like Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, get balls on. Yeah, no matter. It's all about Atlanta Walker Trakeman mediated the get-together. Really? Interesting. Put beat down on Washington Commanders and take care of business on Sunday. You know, but getting back to my original thought, like we're allowed to have some kind of luck, aren't we? this is the third year in a row that we're going to win at 12 games. I don't think that's anything to, we nitpick, okay? But you can't shake a stick at 3 years at 12 wins, assuming we win. We still got to go out on Sunday and win. Now, I think Washington is mailing it in, but we have to help that by getting out on them early. I expect Hankins to play. I expect to get a lead and then to pull guys back. But again, you can't worry about that. You need to lock up the number 2. Eagles handed it to you. It took 2 to tango here, just based on the tiebreakers. I told you guys a few weeks ago we could lose both of the AFC games. I was upset, and I even told Elena. I said, it was kind of a moral victory, the Miami game, just because we didn't get blown out and we had a chance to win, kind of like the Philly game in Philly. But at the end of the day, I came out of that stretch not feeling good. I didn't feel good about us. Detroit, I ain't gonna lie, we're not far away, but we're not really clicking. Our offensive line is shaky. Now, all that being said, I think we're going to win 2 playoff games at home. And maybe the Niners could just slip up. Wouldn't that be hysterical? Wouldn't that be funny if the Niners lose to the Rams or somebody else and we host a championship game? I've seen weirder things happen. You got to remember, I got the Mystic here, who's going to be activated this week or the week before the playoffs. And I will have a video on that. And Jimmy Johnson's in the Ring of Honor. There's nothing left else on the table that's holding us back. We can nitpick. Everybody needs luck, Matt. Yeah, man, I lost both of my parents a few years ago. What's up, G. Potter? How are you, buddy? But yeah, this one's tough, man. My young boy, my 19-year-old, he's been going over to his grandfather's house every day, taking care of him. My son graduated he went to electrical school. He's trying to get a job with the electrical union right down the street, so that would be awesome. But he's been taking care of my father-in-law, so it's going to be a tough night for him. So, and there's my dogs. So, but anyway, what's up, Philly D? How you doing, my man? Hey, Philly D, we were just talking about it. I'm local, so you know that my dog finally got up. I'm local, so you guys know that I'm piped in. Philly D's piped in. Philly D, let me get your opinion on this, man. Do you feel like I do that the media, the Philly media, the passion that comes from the fans / media, and I would say more media, when they're doing good is also a negative when they're doing bad? Because the things that they're talking about, okay, as much as I don't like Sirianni, I break his balls, call him Dracula, only because he gets under my skin. He knows how to get to me. He's a and I told everybody, you're coming into this year losing both your coordinators, especially Sean Steichen. Now, everybody wanted to run the defensive coordinator out of the city, but he beat the hell out of the Cowboys, and he's beat the hell basically, Eagles could not stop Arizona this past week. I was calling for an Arizona win, but I didn't expect that defense to be that bad. But now you got the media. Philly D, the media is saying Jordan Davis stinks. I told you about a Carter. I did tell you about a Carter, that he would hit a wall. They're great young talents. Jordan Davis is limited as a player, but I'll take Jordan Davis over Mozzie Smith. My team tried to take a one technique who weighed 330 pounds, all right, and turn him into a 3 technique, which makes no sense to me. Maybe to help him get off the ball, lose weight. I don't know, because that's the one issue he's having is getting off of the ball. It's a totally different mentality from college. But Jordan Davis, all you need him to do is stop the run. You don't need him to get any kind of pass rush. That's, that's what cracks me up. But like the way the Philly media is turning on Sirianni, as much as I don't like Sirianni, you can't argue with how many wins he's gotten over his coaching tenure. That's ridiculous. So all of a sudden, your defense is struggling. Yeah, you're going to have to revamp your whole defense. Fletcher Cox is gone after the year. Brandon Graham is gone after the year. Josh Sweat hasn't done nothing in weeks. I'm only bringing it up because I saw Philly D, and everybody wants everybody fired. That's not how it works, man. You went young. You didn't re-sign Hargrave. You re-signed 2 aging corners that are kind of look like maybe a mistake, but I don't think they're locked in the long term with Slay or Bradbury. Bradbury was playing for a contract last year. You know how these things work. But everything came together last year. This is not Sirianni's fault. No blame. Management needs to stay out of the game plan. Philly D, I just listening to like Jacob Sports, they're just all going in. Like, listen, as a longtime Cowboy fan, Seth Joyner used to scare me. Even today, he's a serious, no BS guy. I love Seth, but he's a little hard. I mean, he just wants to say this has to. This is the same Seth Joyner who played for Buddy Ryan, which the fans loved Buddy, but didn't have any playoff success. So it was like this team at least the Eagles have a lot of playoff success in recent years. They haven't won a Super Bowl with Sirianni. Let's not forget that. They haven't won a Super Bowl with Sirianni. They haven't won a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Last year was a great year for them. This year is definitely a step back. It's a step back, but, it doesn't take long. Remember I was telling you, it doesn't take long. They're going to have to really do some major changes on that defense. It'll be interesting, just like the Cowboys. Losing Steichen hurt. It did. You're seeing it. But I don't want to sit here and talk too much about the Eagles, but I just wanted to put out there that Jordan Davis doesn't stink. He is what he is, though. He's a run stuffer. Jalen Carter has hit a wall. You could see it. They literally got blown off the ball to one of the not a great team, a 4-win team. We got smoked in Arizona. We didn't get smoked on our home turf. So, Mystic says hi. Ooh. Oh, sorry. So, everybody just needs to chill. Everybody wants somebody fired. Listen, there's not a magical elixir that just changes your hopes. Sometimes shit just happens, and it looks worse than it is. You remember us in the playoffs last year? We win in Tampa Bay. I don't care what anybody says. A road win in the playoffs is good, and we'll see what the Eagles do. As if now they're slated to go to Tampa, so we'll see if they can go to Tampa and get a win. That's still a good road win. It's a playoff game. But then we go to San Fran and we look like ridiculous. We suffer injuries, and all of a sudden we're looking at our team and go, oh my God, we got no weapons. We got none of this. We got none of... Things change quick. They change real quick. Atlanta, they all need to calm down. Flip Shelton, I'm not, buddy. I'm not. I wish I could. If it was a 1 o'clock, I might have. But I got to go back to work the following Tuesday. I'm about 3 hours away, so that's 6 hours travel time. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to stay home and stream the games. I'll start at 1 o'clock, I guess, and we'll just let her ride, baby. It should be a fun day. What's up, David? How are you? They need to calm down. I told you the media don't like them. Hey, listen, Elena, it's just over the top. What can be a plus when it goes bad becomes instantly negative. If you're Sirianni, as much as I don't like him because he's I don't know, look, I don't know the term that I want to use, but how he is. I wish, I said this in the preseason, I wish he would have taken control of the offense. He used to be the offensive coordinator with the Colts. I wish he would have, been involved. I would hope that going forward that he might want to get involved, like McCarthy, and getting back. Let's go full circle, back to the Cowboys. I'm not sitting back. I was resigned to the fact that they may have won their first game on the road, Dallas, but then that was probably going to be it. Them getting the 2 seed, if they can win on Saturday, changes everything. Because all it takes is just a little bit of mojo, a little bit of mystic mojo. It doesn't take much to get on a roll. Our offense is very close. Our defense has been doing well. Our defense is doing well against the run with mirrors. Just think about it. Buffalo aside, and I said we were gonna lose Buffalo. I said that in the preseason, just how it's set up, highs and lows. We beat the Eagles on a Sunday Night Football, really a big emotional. We held them without an offensive touchdown. Following week at Buffalo in December, Buffalo needed everything. Bad. It was just, I saw it coming a mile away. Miami, I thought we could go in and win, and we almost did. So, what's up, U.S. Marine Corps? Now we kind of wish that the assistant coordinator would take over. LOL. McCarthy is kind of his own worst nightmare. USMC, just real quick, not to bring you down, my man, but my father was a Marine, or my father-in-law was a Marine. We're laying him to rest. The viewing's tonight, and tomorrow it's the funeral. It's going to be the whole military, gun salute and everything. Come on, my dog. So thank you for your service again. I know I always say it, but there's a reason why I say it. My father-in-law was a Marine, so I appreciate it, man. Rob A, doesn't take much to get on a roll, but can Dak handle the pressure? Well, that's the thing, Rob. Everybody, yeah, I know, Lena. So you figure if I did go, you figure the game wouldn't get over till 7:30. By the time I left, it'd be 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12. No, I got to be at work the next day. It's just too much. I'll just rather stay home. It's going to be cold. Thank you, Logan. Yes, I appreciate it, USMC. Anyway, I gotta stop thinking about it. But yeah, Logan, like we were just talking. This is just an open forum. You guys, like, we could talk about whatever. I did send a link to Loyal if he wants to come in. I know Primetime and I are gonna do after this weekend. We're gonna sit down and do a playoff preview on Primetime Studios. So yeah, definitely, my man, definitely Devil Dog. Can't say I'm not a nice guy, Eagles fan. Now, listen. Again, let's keep this all in perspective. Like I just said, as much as I love my Cowboys, they haven't won anything substantial in 28 years. So that just shows you the love that we have for our team. Nobody can sit here and say that me or anybody in here are front runners. Nobody wants to hear about our 5 rings. But if we win a 6th, you'll hear about that. But again, I don't know how anybody could look at us and say we're front runners, because we have nothing. It's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare for us Cowboy fans with the whole Jimmy Johnson thing. Now, that's like I was saying earlier, there's like a weight lifted. Matt Batten, my dad was in the Army. My dad too, Matt. Service final back in 2010. Yeah, my father was in the Army. I come from a military background. I almost went into the military myself. My brother died. We're going back, but he was 29 when he passed suddenly. So that kind of changed my whole thing. I needed to stay home. I needed to stay home. I ended up getting a job down in Atlantic City for a few years before I got into the Postal Service, just to be close to my mother and father. And my father died, and so it was the right move. But my uncle was a Navy man. My father was in the Army. My grandfather, my father-in-law. Long storied history. If we win against the Washington, this would be remarkable to get the second seed, considering all the battles and officials and opposing teams. If we play Green Bay, that's going to be a tough game. USMC, that's what I said earlier, that, it took a little luck, but 12 wins. You got to remember, back when the Dallas was winning their Super Bowls, they only won 11 games. 92, they won 11. Okay. 93, I want to say they won 12, but there was always challenges during those years. I think we won 11 or 12 tops in 95. Yeah, exactly, Matt. So it's like how things get changed, but things happen for a reason. Also, I believe that. So I can't say crap because we choked to the crown. Logan, it is what it is. What I was getting back to is, as much as we love our Cowboys, we don't play the games. The hard part is listening, like Brad says, listening to the talking heads. Now, I don't mind peeking in, but I don't like the I'm sorry, but I don't like the how personal it gets. It's one thing, like Stephen A. doesn't bother me as much as Shady McCoy or as much as Dan Orlovsky. He bothers me because he constantly moves the goalposts. Like, just call it how you see it. Just call it how you see it. Stop moving the goalpost every time just to fit your narrative. Like, I didn't watch it, but I was watching Mark, and Mark was saying that Shady McCoy and them were making excuses, saying Eagles are, nobody should get fired. Now, I don't want to see nobody get fired, but unfortunately, I think the coordinator's got to go. I think that defense needs to be revamped. I think the offense, Brian Johnson, I think he's a very green, but I think they just need to regroup. But to all my Eagles fans, hey, Alina, how are you? And I'll get to that in a second, Alina. But there's always change in the NFL. I got news for you. I think this is unfinished business for Dan Quinn, but just hearing him talk, I think he may be gone. If the right job comes along, he's going to go. So then what happens, and then we lose guys. So it'll be interesting to see. Even the Cowboys, everything's really like starting to come into picture for us, and we're getting some breaks. But you know what? That's what it takes in the NFL. It takes breaks. We'll see what happens. The more we win, the harder it is to bring people back, especially if you get to a Super Bowl and win it. Everybody has a payday. USMC, a shout out to you. I think these announcers have become corrupt politically. They hate everything American, and it just happens. We're Americans' team, and they hate it. Yeah, USMC, thanks for the super chat. Everybody wants to rewrite it. There's a reason why. Listen, America's team in this fashion, they're the most, any game that Dallas is in, people either love them or hate them. So they're the most watched. People are more interested in them. Not always good, but we're America's team because of what happened years and years and years ago. and people get all butthurt about it. We haven't won squat in a long time. But all I will say is, and I'm not like digging at Elena or Logan or Philly D, but everybody wants to talk about our lack of Super Bowls. Okay, we have won a few playoff games. Dak has won 2 playoff games. He's 2-4 in the playoffs. Okay, he's only has 6 playoff games. So, but in that 30-year span, Eagles have only won 1, and that was a year where a backup quarterback had to do it. I gotta let my dog out. Just hold up a second. He's pissing me off. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. It's not great, but it's not just the. Okay, and how many do you got, East Side? None. So zip it. It's not easy. What I was trying to say was, we're saying we haven't won any in X amount of years, but Eagles have only won 1, and it took a hell of a run to do it. If it was so easy, the Houston Texans will be winning a Super Bowl, right? East Side? It's not that easy. So it is what it is. The announcers, mostly Cowboys players. Well, that's what we always used to talk about. Like Elena is, and the players don't want to hear that. Exactly, Mike Aldana. The Eagles have more playoff success than Dallas Cowboys lately. You don't have to like it. It's exactly. But again, what does that really mean? You've won a few more playoff games? It's all about winning Super Bowls, is it not? Dallas is going to make a run this year. What's going to be the excuse? We're going to beat. See, and this is where, you guys bring it out of me, okay? Eagles last year, you got a bye. You played the Giants at home. Now, we see what the Giants are this year. I was wrong about the Giants. Giants obviously were not great. You blew them out. And then you beat the Niners, who had their third-string quarterback. That was a hell of a job by you to knock them out. But, again, Niners believed that they would have won that game if they had Purdy. I don't know. Who knows? I kind of think Eagles were still going to win. But things worked out for you, So, okay, so when assuming we take care of business on Sunday and we win against Green Bay, and then I don't know who we're going to play next. Maybe Philly, maybe Tampa. I don't know how that works. We'll have to break it down after this weekend. Then what are we going to say? That would be 2 more playoff wins going into possibly a rematch where we're going to be rolling against the 49ers. Who knows what it's going to look like? McCaffrey, you saw, I lost my fantasy championship because McCaffrey got hurt. I lost by 15 points. So, yeah, me too, Logan. I can't stand the Niners. Brian, we need a running game. Vinny, we do. Getting back to Alina, I do want to reach back to her comment. Let's see here. Let me find it. She basically was asking who's going to play guard. So I got to go back. Alina. Who's going to play guard if Smith can't play on Sunday? I don't think Smith is going to play. I think he should try and play, but TJ Bass will play guard. I think we're going to, if I had to guess now, I would say that Tyler's going to play. I think that Hankins is going to be active and play a limited role, help us get a lead, and then go from there. But Rob A., I just think that what the media is doing around here, I know you're an Eagle fan, so I hate the Niners too, Rob. As much as the Eagles can get under my skin, I'd rather see you win over the Niners. Did you see the Niners and Deebo Samuel after the Eagles lost to the Cardinals when they were watching the game in the tunnel? What a friggin' chump. Your coach is a choke artist. All right? You're a friggin', you can say whatever you want about McCarthy. He's got a ring. Do you? Oh, yeah, Kyle Shanahan? Kyle Shanahan was one of the worst coaches ever when he was with Oakland. When he was with the Raiders. He's adjusted. He's a good game plan a guy, but he hasn't won shit. He hasn't won squat. I'm focused on beating Washington Commanders on Sunday and get the 2 playoff games at home. Yeah, well, that's the way it should be. And I was watching the coaches interview today. I was watching the coordinators, and it was really incredible to see Dan Quinn. They are fully aware. I expect our team to be sky high on Sunday. So I think we're looking good. But that just tells you how good the Eagles were all year, at least putting up the wins, because they're locked into a playoff. As bad as they're playing, they've lost, 4 out of 5? They're still locked into a playoff. So that just goes to show you early on, give the Eagles credit for racking up the wins. And that's coaching. That's talent and coaching. You can't do that without, having good coaching. So it all came crashing down all at one point, but they just need to regroup. This is not going to be their year. I think it's safe to say, just like our draft. Our draft was horrendous right now as it sits now. We'll see down the road. I mean, we'll see. They don't have to say it. Our eyes, could tell us that the draft isn't very good. All right, let's get some of the chat here. What's up, Pioneer? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, buddy? Tyler S. can play, but it depends on how much pain he could tolerate. Yeah, well, Michael Aldana, Tyler Smith, it's like a swelling thing, too, right now, but it's better that it was fully torn. So I think with the importance of the game, he's going to play. If that was me, I think this is a good opportunity to play him, assuming the swelling is down and manageable, going into next week, so he knows what to expect. But it's not going to be that bad. It's better. I think Tony Pollard only missed a game, and then there was a bye week, so he missed 2 weeks. But he could play this week if he absolutely had to. To me, if he's able to practice a little bit, I think you play him and have Tyler Bass ready to roll. Just like Hankins. Hankins needs to suit up. He's going to practice this week and have him ready to roll. Let's see here. Eagles fans have seriously turned on their own team. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to, Pioneer. They actually are throwing A.J. Brown under the bus. You finally get an unbelievable receiver, and you're going to run him out of town because he wears headphones, because he's outspoken. Yeah, so was all the other great receivers. So was all the other great receivers. You saw a little bit of it with CeeDee Lamb. He handled it differently. Still, same thing, though. He was away from the team on the sideline. He's in a contract year, and he wasn't getting the ball. Shout out to him and Dak for going in a room, hashing it out, going into McCarthy's room, and saying, over the bye week, we got to change the shit up. And what did Dak do? He delivered for McCarthy. Dak has 32 touchdowns with 7 INTs. That's the bottom line. 32 and 7. I could care less if they give him the MVP, but you tell me, what does Dak have to work with? He's got CeeDee Lamb, okay. He's got a young Jake Ferguson, who's very raw. He's got a beat-up offensive line. You see how we can't run the ball, so we got no running game, okay. Cooks gets the ball down in the red zone, but he's not really, no other receivers lighting it up in between the 20s. Except CD. Our tight end is hot and cold. Our defense, hasn't been getting the sacks that it's been. And yet everybody wants to crap on Dak. It makes no sense to me. Alina, they don't have Young or Sweat on the edges. They need to attack the edge, but they still have those. They do, but last game they got blown off the ball. Yeah, Alina. I think Jalen Carter's tired, and I think Jordan Davis, I don't know. He's He's not a 3-down player. I told you that like 2 years ago. I knew this was going to happen. Brian, please answer my question from above. I got you, Brad. I'm sorry, buddy. You know me. I like to talk. Brad Harris. Brian, do you think Bones takes Tolbert off apartment returns after his 2 mistakes? Well, he did that game. He did. So I think Tolbert, if it happens a third time, it's going to be in the playoffs. And you ain't gonna survive that. So yeah, I would say yes. Gallup is non-existent. He's not getting the reps, but I will say this: Michael Gallup was wide open last week when Dak threw his pick. On the other side of the field, he was wide open. So we're gonna need Michael Gallup. We're gonna need him.
100%.
100%.
100%. I'm not joking.
He gonna make a big play for us. You know Michael Gallup. He's the king of the unbelievable circus catch. So, Matt Batten, you got to put the pass behind you. If you're not, Eagles are in trouble. I'm not here to. He needs off special teams. 100%, Mr. Cowboy. Absolutely. I thought Philly was the city of brotherly love. They will turn on you in a heartbeat. What makes the Eagles so passionate is also a problem when things aren't going well. Just ask the Eagle fans. They will tell you. They will tell you that they want blood. Like somebody has to pay for them losing and Dallas winning. That's what it comes down to. They wouldn't be happy if they lost, but the fact that we're going to capitalize off of it. Listen, I got news for you. We've done that to the Eagles and spit the bit in recent years. And you've capitalized on us when we choked. It happens. We will beat Tampa Bay and then are probably done. Rob Bay, it's possible. I think that's going to be a tough game, though. If your defense, I don't know what your answer is on defense, but we'll see. Happy New Year, Game Time. Is Collins coming back? What's up, Drusilla? Or if so, good because he knows the system. Drusilla, I think that they will sign him to the practice squad, but he's not going to be ready. It all depends what his conditioning is. If he's been working out and he's ready to go, then that'll help. I think it's more for the future, to be honest with you. I think it's for depth for next year. I think they love T.J. Bass. I love T.J. Bass. I think Akeem Richards will be okay. I've about had it with Matt Waletzko. Either Matt Waletzko is going to be healthy and good, or he's got to go. Next year, we need to make a decision on him. I would hate to be in Philly during the witch trials. Yeah, it's ugly right now. All the YouTubers and all the media, because now the media has turned into the YouTube. Like a lot of these guys who were on TV, like Seth Joyner and Mike Missinelli and all these guys that were on local radio stations have left the local radio and are on Jacob Sports, which is a YouTube channel. You got Dan Salio, who I really like listening to, but so they all are going into the YouTube. So everybody has a post-game opinion. Everybody has an opinion. And some are harsher than others, but I think the whole, clickbait and the louder you are, the more hits you get. I hate that shit, but that's just how some people are. Jamie Garcia, DeMarcus Lawrence has been playing lights out. I'm very happy for him, and I'm sure he'll tell his teammates what a great opportunity the Cowboys have with his number 2 seed if we get it. Jamie, I love what they're doing, and I talked about this also in the preseason. I love how Dan Quinn is using him all over the line of scrimmage. He has unlocked something in DeMarcus Lawrence, kind of like what they've been doing with Micah. DeMarcus is always locked in on that right side. Now he can line up all over the line. It's helped out Micah's career. Absolutely helped him out. It's helped out DeMarcus's career. I love Tom Downey, by the way. Tom Downey's the man. Let's see. I hope you're good, Rob A. Rob A can't be that great. He's an Eagle fan. Right now it sucks, but they're still in the playoffs, so I know one thing. Jalen Hurts is a hell of a quarterback. Dallas Goedert is a hell of a tight end. They have a hell of an offensive line. That's what I know. Matt Batten, call me crazy. I think the Eagles can still go to Super Bowl if they get their shit together. I don't think that defense. Yeah, it is, man. I don't think their defense is going to be able to do it. Sorry, I just don't. D-Law is playing great, but talks too damn much after a win, and nowhere to be found later after a loss. Here we go. You want to hear a D-Law? Here we go.
Hit a motherfucker in the face over and over and over and over again until they quit. And when they quit, hit them again and again and again and again.
I hear you, Rob, but listen, man. Again, it's never as bad as it seems. It's hard to tell a team. It's hard to tell people, well, Super Bowl losers always have a year. Now, they were hiding a lot. Eagles were hiding and masking a lot of things all year. How? Because they were winning. Over the last 2 years, the Eagles have won so many freaking games that they just were winning at the beginning of the year, and their defense played better. I don't understand why. It was obviously a mistake letting Desai go, basically. That was obviously a mistake because they need to blitz or something. I think that's the issue. They need the blitz. Here we go for sure.
Yeah! And get set! Here we go!
Oh, sorry. Jalen Hurts is a good D. Swift is a listen, Matt Batten, they got talent on offense. I don't like what they're doing, though. Like that, the play calling just stinks. So, but anyway, USMC, I honestly think that they need to get Parsons off the line for the majority of reps as they know that he can exploit them. I like moving him around. For Parsons just to be on the line is stupid. I wish they would come up with something where, like, the D-line kind of stands up before the snap, like they were doing a couple years ago. Like last year, they did it a little bit. That way, you can't get a read. Move guys around, But anyway, cheers, Cowboys. What up? What up? I only hope we have in the playoffs is experience to match the talent, but we look lost. On defense, Rob, you do. But it doesn't take much. Yeah, so we'll see. Defensively, I don't know that you can fix that. To me, it's kind of like Dallas. Now, the Eagles situation's way worse as far as their defense. But Dallas, I keep telling everybody, we need to score points. That helps our defense. Dak is playing lights out right now. Not perfect, but who is? Dak is playing as good as anybody right now. Is he perfect? No. Just like McCarthy. I have my issues here and there with McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is hot and cold with his play calling. I don't understand him sometimes. What's up, Bobby Murphy? We're breaking it all down, my man. I'm sorry about your birds, but it's helping us out. Do me a favor, everybody. I'm looking at... Wait. Hold up. Let me refresh. I could be wrong. All right. I was wrong. I was like, I only have one like. So, fuck, you guys hate me. No. Bobby, I think you can win one playoff game. Everybody's saying, they're going to go to Tampa and lose. I'm not saying that. Eagles offensive line, Eagles tight end, Eagles quarterback, Eagles receiver. They're too good. Defensively, they're lost. I will agree. Thomas Garrett, what's up, buddy? They had we got good news, Thomas. It's going to be sunny now on Sunday. No rain. So I wish I could make it, but I'm not going to make it. Once they did the 425, I wasn't going to be able to go. I'm 3-hour drive from there. I'll be streaming it, but we'll get together next year. I plan on going to at least one game in Dallas, so we'll see. We shall see. But, yeah, it's going to be sunny now. Sunny and cold at the Landover, Maryland. Julio needs to step up if Smith is out. Smith I'm waiting to hear on that. A lot of times they put you in a boot just as a precaution. So Julio is a great. Again, that's where Howie Roseman is good. Howie Roseman is good with the in-season pickups, helping out. That was a good move. He's a good red zone guy. He don't have any speed, but you could scheme him open with his size. He's got, 3-4 touchdowns? That's fine. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I think, when you put a boot on, it's usually just precaution. He probably won't play this week, but you shouldn't need him this week against the Giants, but we'll see. Thank you, Vinny. I appreciate it. Mike should allow the OC to call the run plays. I love Brian Schottenheimer, not just because of his first name, but I just like the style that he brings. Howie's not the problem. He brought the talent, just horrible coaching. I thought some of the trades, like Byard, a fourth for Byard was a bit much. But I don't think he's a good drafter. Last year, listen, you can't screw up a top 10 pick. Jalen Carter was the right thing to do. Nolan Smith, we're not going to know. I thought you gave up a lot for Jordan Davis, for a guy who probably won't ever be a 3-down player. But not many players are 3-down players, So it's not like I'm saying anything, he's not a 3-down player. Not many players are. There's only so many Aaron Donalds. He's not that. He's a one-tech who's in on running downs. Jalen Carter's the beast, but right now he's not playing like a beast because I think he's exhausted and tired. He's normally getting ready for a bowl game. Thomas Garrett heard that the Cowboys brought in Collins and Wilson. Yeah, I pinned it at the top. So Damian Wilson I'm intrigued about. Lyle, we'll see. I like our young guys, but I'm not going to poo-poo Lyle Collins. I think Lyle is probably more long-term. Damian Wilson, if he could play, you get him in there because we're hurting with linebacker. Eagles DC is trash. Game Time Brian was a huge fan of Schottenheimer's dad, Marty. Yeah. There's a gleam. There's a gleam, man. There's a gleam. I used to love his speeches. Rob A., I don't like what they did to Sean Desai. At least Sean Desai would game plan and be a little aggressive at times. To me, you're playing too passive. Sometimes you just got to blitz and say, all right, beat us. Beat our ass. If you blitz, that forces most of these quarterbacks in the NFL aren't great, especially against the blitz. You know what else I think? Just real quick. I know I have a lot of Eagle fans in here, so I would think that the Eagles should man up. Stop playing that zone. They're playing way too soft. They're giving 8 yards. That's like, what do they call passing on air? The POA? They're passing on air. You need to get up into the receiver's face, jam them, and blitz. That's what you need to do on defense, or you ain't going nowhere. Cheers, Cowboys. Shoddy was good here in San Diego. Oh, man, you live in San Diego. I'm jelly, man. I love San Diego. That place is beautiful. How he usually hits on midseason signing. Yeah, that's what he's good at. Gannon completely outcoached Sirianni. He outcoached McCarthy too. So, and McCarthy's got a Super Bowl win. So, 8 yards off the ball, 3rd and 4. He robbed. So you saw what I saw. It was horrendous. So, to me, that's what you could do right away. If you're Eagles, sorry, but you need to get up in their face. That's the only way it's going to work. You may get beat, but blitz and get up in their face. You saw what happened when we went after a Jared Goff. We made some hell of a plays on the ball, but we intercepted his ass. We shortened the time, and when we didn't, we got 8-0. Brian, McCarthy almost lost to us against the Lions throwing at the end of the I agree. I will call him out. His game management stinks. It stinks. I could see it working and going, oh, yeah. But I didn't like the choice of route that he called. The choice of route that he called was horrendous. I saw that Kyler was playing catch over and over. Yeah, it was passing on air. I was just shocked. And it's a twofold thing, too, because you get the quarterback in an instant rhythm, and then you set yourself up for a disaster later on. So, there's my pal, Primetime Phil, texting me. There we go. Yo, what up, Primetime? I'm on a live stream. Say hello to the peeps. So, but yeah, play man press and bring some linebacker. That I'm not saying that's gonna be 100. Yeah, you're not gonna get beat, but you got to do something. But Mike Aldana, that's what I'm saying. I think how this is all working out is going to help us get some confidence. I really do. I think our running game can work. That's the thing. People say, "Oh, like we got no running game." It can definitely work. It could definitely work. Why is he not running the ball in that situation? The Lions should score a TD late in the game. Yeah, who let the dog out? I let the dog out. Matter of fact, I got to close the door because I'm freezing. So I left it open so they can go in and out. But it's like, let me see what what's the temp here today? I want to say it's in the 30s. Maybe low 40s. Right now, it is 43. Feels like 38. So I hope all leads to at least 2 wins. Yeah, Crystal, I think anything can happen. This is a weird year. A lot has been lifted off of a lot of weight has been lifted with the whole Jimmy Johnson thing. I know people think, it doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, it does. It just does. People who don't know, don't know. Game time. Thomas Garrett said, I knew the Cardinals were going to beat Philadelphia. I saw the game on NFL Network last night. The Eagles were a whole different team. Yeah, I picked them, but when they were up 21-6, I was like, oh, we blew that. But they came back, scream at my TV, say, run the damn ball, Mike. Brad, why did it play? I know. Because they didn't want to give up the big play, right? But by not giving up the big play, you were just letting them go right down the field. I hate that, especially at home. Come after them. Oh, shit. I have 105.3 on my TV, and I'm listening to the Ring of Honor induction. Brad, that's the truth. Prevent defense. They prevent you from winning. Exactly. Jeez, Cowboys. Alberto, Sombreros, all the Bertos are still represented in San Diego. San Diego Devil. Ha, ha, ha. I hope we don't play Detroit again. Might want revenge. Chris May, I think we blow them out. You know, that whole thing at the end of that was ridiculous. And I say that because there was 3 flags on the play. The whole thing was he was trying to be sneaky. The bottom line is the defense has to be told who's eligible. They announced 70 in the stadium. They were trying to be sneaky and walk up together and whisper who's eligible when 70 had been eligible all game. You know, whether the referee... Hold on. What's up? Say hello. Yeah, right now. Yeah, say hello to everybody.
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and the rest of you guys, haters, right?
Yeah, we got that. Yeah. Well, we got like right around 40 people in here, and
Nice.
yeah, we got Elena. Well, you got all our Eagle people here. They're all upset. You got, everybody's here. So we're just talking. I just told everybody we're gonna, you know how I like, making you do work, but
Oh yeah.
like after Sunday, we really do need to do a playoff preview. So
Yes,
you
I
need
agree.
you need to start now that you're feeling better. Start just getting a couple ideas in place, and we'll have to record it and do it, sometime next week. But yeah. So all right, man, I'm gonna let you go. I will talk to you. Just wanted you to say hello to everybody. They're all saying hi.
Great to see everybody, man. Hope you guys are doing great and having a great New Year's.
All right,
See you
brother.
guys later.
All right, later. There he is, prime time. So, yeah. On video, 68 reported 70 was coming up to them after, and the rest blew that. Yeah, Bobby, that's the problem. But here's the deal. If I agree that the ref blew it, I will agree with you there. But the bottom line is they have to tell Dallas, and Dallas would have covered them, like they covered 70. That's what cracks me up. But all that being said, they were still lined up incorrectly. So it wouldn't have counted anyway. There was too many guys on the line of scrimmage, even if the right guy reported. But again, the referee has to go over to the defense and tell them. They have to go up to the defense and tell them. So we covered 70 because it's not Dallas's fault that the referee told them that, and the stadium announcer, PA guy, said 70 was eligible. If the ref would have got it right, then we would have covered 68. You can't have more than one guy eligible. That's my issue. Don't be mad at the Cowboys. Be mad at the ref, but you still were lined up wrong because 70 and 68 were still on the line of scrimmage. It was bad. So it wasn't Dallas's fault because if Dallas would have known that 68 was eligible, they would have covered them like they covered 70, who they thought. Dallas was an innocent bystander in this whole thing. Not to mention, we still had 20-some seconds left with a timeout with a field goal kicker who's lights out, who could kick. He kicks him 70 in pregame. It's not like it was over, but it's over now. The problem is, even with that, if you would have beat the Cardinals, you would have controlled your own destiny. So, again, don't be mad at us. Campbell tried to be slick about it and came back to bite him in the ass. Exactly, Thomas. Exactly. The ref wasn't in the meeting beforehand in the way we should have got an extra point. Elena, again, if Dallas knew that he was eligible, and if he would have got the extra point, then that's fine. It is what it is. They wanted to go win the game. They should have kicked the extra point, but whatever. They tried to confuse us with three guys reporting. Vinny, again, it wasn't a Cowboy issue. It was a referee, and they tried to be sneaky with it. They had a conversation before the game. That's not how it works. Dan Campbell knows. The refs blew it to the point the NFL, those refs went up. That was all fake news, Rob A. Unfortunately, I did hear that was all fake. They'll be, they're going to, they used the whole season. That was just something that was put out there again, Dallas didn't know to cover him. So how is it Dallas's fault? Yeah. But I've been talking about how bad the refs are all year. So if you want to go down that road, we can go down that road about how bad the refs are, because they need to be full-time. Yeah, they need to be paid full-time. These these lawyers and accountants and whatever the hell they are, school teachers, not school teachers, but whatever. Whatever these guys do, they all have jobs. And their part-time gig is to referee the most money-making, a popular game on the planet. Well, outside of soccer, which globally is bigger, but NFL football is huge. So, what's up, David Cowboy? What's up, Dave Thompson? The way I see it, the refs almost gave them game to Detroit with a tripping call. Very, very good point. But again, there was a lot of calls early on that went against us, but it always comes down to the end, right? That's why the good coaches will say, that wasn't the reason why we lost. That only helped, Good point, though, with that. $1 billion industry, says Rob A. Don't have full-time refs. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
100%.
I mean, that's absolute. It's embarrassing. Yet we're going to pay. How much is Roger Goodell making? Roger Goodell is making $45 million, $50 million a year to be the commissioner. Give me a break. Give me a friggin' break. But the refs have been horrible all year. All year. And Dallas has been on the losing end of a lot of them. So it is what it is. Again, it wasn't the Cowboys' fault that the refs crapped the bed. They have to tell Dallas who's eligible. Didn't happen for whatever reason, or Dallas would have covered them. And if they wouldn't, then they would have lost. But they covered 70 who was eligible. But enough with that. The refs missed a tripping call on the Lions. Yeah, Matt Batten. They called a Peyton Hendershot with a tripping. That was a bad call. Let's not forget that was a scoring drive. That put us out of field goal range. That totally screwed us up. That was huge. But yet it wasn't at the very end, so people don't care. You take away the phantom tripping call, game over. Exactly, Thomas, but that doesn't sell. You know, it just all comes down to the end, and they blew it. Dallas is paying off the refs. It's a joke. Whatever, man. Goodell is making 69. Is that what he's making? Yeah, 69. All right. It's whatever it is. It's way too much. Yeah, not yet. Brad, I was looking for it this morning. It may be out now. It normally comes out Wednesdays. So look for it today or tomorrow. So so that's what the good thing is, Brad. We'll get the sounds of the sidelines now because we do it at home. So we'll get all that. Yeah, right, Pioneer. Soon we'll be outsourcing our refs to India. Yeah, well, we got to go to friggin' Brazil next year. Not us, but we're playing a game in Brazil. We're more worried about making the game global than fixing the game. The game is over officiated, and they're screwing it up at that point. They're over officiated, and they're screwing it up. It's like it's a double-edged sword. It's like too many penalties, and they're getting them wrong. You know, Micah Parsons gets held. They don't call it, but they call a phantom tripping call against Hendershot. It's just like, what are you doing? You see it, call it. Don't assume. Because if it's not there, then you assumed. Oh, well, he fell. He had, it had to have been a trip. Doesn't matter. Cowboys will lose in the playoffs as soon as they play it on the road. Well, yeah, but if we get 2 home games, that's 2 wins, right? How can that be a failure? I think that I'm going to look forward to the Niner game, win or lose. But we're going to be a big underdog if we have to go back to San Fran. So you can't say that you crap the bed, you know. Yeah, me too, Bobby. I think we would blow them out, or I think we would win even bigger. I didn't think we played that great. I thought our defense played okay, but we didn't run the ball. You know, Dak had to make that circus play in the end zone where CD caught the 92-yard touchdown pass. So, fix the game. Who cares about overseas games? Matt Batten, that's all they care about. That's all they care about. I think Rams go in and beat Detroit, Bobby. If the season ends today, we'll break it all down. But if the season ends today, if the season ends today, the Rams play them, I believe. So, lots of good OTs in this year's draft. Well, Dave, let's get one of them. Or 3. You know, if we make it to the Final Four, I'll be happy. Vinny, again, you got to be in that game to be able to win that game. So that would mean that we would have won 2 in a row. A lot of things can happen. You know, like maybe this is our year. Maybe this is our year where who knows? Maybe the Niners choke against the Rams, or Detroit goes in and beats the Niners, and then we host a championship game. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Brad, as soon as the E-Turds play in the playoffs, they will lose. We'll see. We shall see. So, be happy with NFC Championship. It's a successful season. We're making progress. Yeah, but Matt, there's no guarantee next year. So, I'm one of those guys. You got in, if you get in, you got to go. I'm not going to, we'll be an underdog. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Definitely going to be some really good games in the playoffs, except for the Eagles. I think the Eagles can win their first game. I don't know that they will, but I think they can. So, they could lay an egg. We'll see. I think they have a lot of pride, but we'll see. I think they're talented. I think offensively, when they want to run the ball, nobody can stop them. I don't think Arizona stopped them. You know, they went right down the field multiple times. So, but anyway, I think that's it for me here. I'll try and do one of these every day. Like I said, I have. It'll probably be later in the afternoon tomorrow. I'll do a lunchtime chat. I swear I'll definitely do it. What's today? Today is Tuesday, right? So, yeah, I'll definitely do a lunchtime chat. Probably it may be more like my normal. Or at the very least, I'll find out what time I'm going to be home, and I'll set the broadcast up earlier. So, maybe 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I know I want Super Bowl to Let's Go game time. Yeah, I'm going to root for them to keep going. Playoff experience will help the Eagles in the playoffs. I agree, Rob. Vinny Hagen can't be next year every year for, yeah, exactly. You have to seize, or like our motto, a carpe omnia. Seize everything. Thanks, Chiz Cowboys Daily. And thank you, Vinny Hagen. But I am going to roll. I do got to get my act together. I got to go to a viewing a little later. I'm going to grab something to eat, and I will talk to everybody later. Thank you guys for stopping in, and like I said, I'll set up a broadcast. It'll probably, I think I'm going to be at the funeral home at like 10 tomorrow morning, and then we're going to the cemetery, and then it's off to, I think we're going to a restaurant. So maybe 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'll do a lunchtime / dinner live tomorrow. All right? Maybe I'll do a morning video, but it won't be live. All right, everybody. I will talk to everybody later. Peace out.